Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Lori. I'm a licensed cosmetologist and certified makeup artist. I work primarily in hair for the last 9 years, but I'm still super passionate about makeup. In today's video, I wanted to do a first impressions and tutorial / demo using the new Natasha Denona bronze palette. And I'm not disappointed. Here's the look. We got like a smoky halo eye going on, very effortless and easy. Took, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes to do the eyes. It retails for $65. I bought mine from the Natasha Denona website, but you could get it from Beautylish as well. I really like Beautylish, and I believe Sephora too. Yeah, Sephora too. Again, it's $65. This is their mid-size palette. So, for example, the Lila palette, the shades are a lot bigger in the Lila palette. I think about 2.5 grams per pan. Where this one is less. It doesn't really matter. An average person won't go through this palette unless it's the only one you're using for the whole summer. But it's really beautiful. I think this is a gorgeous look. Brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes. So if you want to see how I do this halo eye with the Natasha Denona new bronze palette, then keep on watching. And please subscribe if you haven't. I would appreciate it. Good look at the palette. So we're going to be doing a couple swatches. I'm going to tell you the price of the palette, and we're going to be doing a demo as well. I have on a light layer of foundation because I'm just not going anywhere. I'm literally just playing right now. And that's about it. So I put on my foundation on my eyebrows, and I have some Anastasia eyelid primer on. And we're going to be playing with this. But first I want to swatch a few shades. I wish her mirrors went all the way back so you don't have to see, like, I don't know. Anyway, so let's swatch Deep Dive. This is what I'm excited for. And I really want to play with Silk. And High Degree looks exciting. And then let's do a matte. Let's do Magma. So I'm only taking a little bit because I don't like to dig my fingers into my palette. I'm trying to find a naked spot on my arm. So here's Deep Dive. Holy cow, that looks awesome. This one is Silk. Next we have High Degree. And then Magma. So right off the bat, those look pretty good. I'm not going to swatch the whole palette. I'm just not big on digging my fingers into my palettes, but I wanted to swatch a few. And we're going to dive right in and just start playing with this. This retails for $65 US. I did pre-order it from Natasha Denona's website, and it is here. So I'm excited to play. I am leaning towards doing maybe more of like a halo eye situation. I'm going to, I really want to use these three that I swatched, and that's why I went for them. Deep Dive, High Degree, and Silk. So first I'm going to lay down some mattes to start the look. Let me try to zoom in here. I'm going to start with Beach, which is over here in the bottom corner. Okay, I got my little mirror. So I'm going to just kind of place this here and then blend it into my crease and into this front corner as well. And once I have the shape I want, I could kind of diffuse that out and blend it out. I am going on the outer corner and the inner corner with the shade as well. And then I'm kind of doing a round windshield motion. This is a Wayne Goss number 16 brush. Just to lay down my first color. So far, this is blending out really nice. It's taking minimal effort, which is fantastic. I have Anastasia's brow pencil on my eyebrows, if you're wondering. I don't really do anything crazy with my own eyebrows. I just don't see the point when I'm not going anywhere. So I just filled in, I'd say, the outer half. Like, I don't really need to fill in my front half, but from like here out, I like it a little darker. I really like the aesthetic of light hair and dark brows. Just something I'm into, not something everyone's into. I feel like most blondes would go for a taupier brow shade. You can see I pretty much have that down already. That's what I love about Natasha's formula. It is so easy to work with and creates such a beautiful blend with such minimal effort. And these brushes are pretty great too. I'm a little newer to Wayne Goss's brushes and I should have bought these a long time ago. I'm loving them. I'm just taking a step back, taking a look, seeing if there's anywhere I need to add deepness so that the eyes are even. Because sometimes when you're looking in a close mirror, you just need to take a step back and take a peek and see where you're at. And when we're finished with the eyes, we'll do bronzer and some contour and some blush and highlight and all that good stuff to tie the whole look together. Because right now I just look like really pale and weird. And I don't have any fancy lighting. It's just my vanity mirror and whatever setting the camera turns on to. So I'm no videographer. Now I'm gonna go in with the shade, yeah, let's go with this one, Suntan, which is this light brown. And I'm gonna deepen what I did, but stay just a pinch lower with my blend than I did with the beach shade. So same kind of motion. And just deepen that in a bit. And then I think after this shade, I'll be switching to a smaller brush because I'm kind of going for like a halo eye. I think this bronze palette looks gorgeous. It is from what they call the midi size, the middle size. She has really big pans, normally around 2.5 grams per pan. And these ones are smaller, so it makes them a lot more affordable. Her palettes are normally $129. This is $65. So if you want to try Natasha Denona eyeshadows, I recommend going for one of these first. So like Sunrise, the Love palette, or the Bronze palette are in the $65 price range. So a little bit more affordable. Now we're going to go in with Magma. And I'm not going to switch my brush yet, I lied. It's this reddish brown. We're going to do the same thing again, but even smaller. Like this. Really, really easy to work with. Normally, with Natasha Denona eyeshadows, it's a good idea to do your eyes and then your face, but I just threw on a light layer of foundation, nothing crazy. It's the Born This Way Too Faced foundation that I'm wearing right now. It's good, it's not my favorite, but I like it. I'm gonna just wipe off my brush and diffuse what we've got going. And go a little bit high up, because we kind of want this like blown out, bronzy, smoky, halo-y situation. There's no set rule to eyeshadow. I know a lot of people feel like there is, but experiment a little. I feel like lately when I watch YouTube videos, everyone's so into cool toned eyeshadows, and I like cool toned eyeshadows, but I probably favor warm. But what I'm getting at is all your shadows in your eye don't have to be cool or warm. You can mix those tones and it gives such a beautiful effect to mix the two. So I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush now. This is the Wayne Goss 17. Do Deep Dive, this dark color. And I'm going with a brush that's a little bit smaller because, let me make sure you can see me, because I'm gonna keep it a little more concentrated on the inner and outer corner. Now, the bronze palette comes in her hard packaging, and you can remove the pans and like mix up your palettes and do what you want with them placement wise. I don't like to mix up my palettes. I'm a little weird about that. I like them to stay how they come. I saw on Instagram some people were complaining that this palette does not have a lot of matte shades. I believe it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes maybe. I don't really care about that personally. You could always pair another palette with it if you feel that you need more mattes. An option could be, if you like Natasha Denona's, the Safari palette, that's all matte. You could break out some of the browns from the gold palette. You know, Metropolis. Those all have warmer tone mattes. If you want to stick with like the bronzy theme, you could probably grab from one of those. Smaller Wayne Goss brush. It's not super small, but I have a decent lid space. If you have a smaller lid space or maybe eyes that are a little more hooded, you can go in with a smaller brush. I really like Wayne's eye brushes. They're tapered. These are the goat hair brushes. They're good, guys. They're good. It's maybe like when I was 18 buying like my first like MAC brushes. I've heard they're no good anymore. I don't really follow MAC like I used to. When I was younger, I was like MAC obsessed. It was like MAC was the be all end all for me. But like I just feel like they used to be so focused on like the artistry and makeup artists and the industry, and it's gone so like consumer based, and I don't know. There's still stuff that's like tried and true and I love from them, but I just don't shop with them as much anymore. I'm bringing Deep Dive directly into my crease and connect the outer and the inner corner with it. And then I'm going to step back to see if I'm even. Definitely getting a little fallout. It's not bad. I'm not going anywhere, so I don't really care, but just want to see how these perform and play with them. Usually when I get a new palette, and it's when I'm excited, switching back to my 16 to just blend. When I get a new palette and I'm excited about it, I usually just go right in for the shades that excite me. I'm really fair, and with this palette, there is no brow bone highlight shade for me, and I'm feeling a soft brow bone highlight. So what I'll do is when we highlight my face, I'll put some highlight under my brow bone. Now we're gonna go to the lid space, and I want more of a packer brush. Let's stick with the Wayne Goss thing right now. This is an 07. I'm gonna go in with High Degree, which is this shimmering red bronze color. And I'm gonna put that, you're kind of pressing it on, don't swipe it on, you're gonna lose some pigmentation. You could use your finger if you want. I'm just a bit more of a brush girl, and if I don't get the intensity I want, I'll just use some mixing liquid. I keep mine in a spray bottle, which is fantastic. That liquid's also really good for loose pigments and glitters and anything you want to maybe intensify, make wet, but you don't want to run through all your Fix Plus, or just use plain water. Ooh, I just put that right on my face. Forgot I had swatches on my fingers. Nothing you can't fix. What was I talking about? Oh, the mixing liquid. So I really like to use that too with my Pat McGrath shadows, because they're so intense, and then you add a little bit of that mixing liquid and it's just like, ugh. Oh, it's from Mayron. This is the one I use. I believe a few different brands make them. MAC has a mixing medium, but that's a little thicker. So my center color, I think I'm gonna go for Silk. That's the one I swatched. I'll show you. This bottom one, it's just, I feel like it's shining out to me a little bit more than the rest of them. And when I do a halo eye, I love that like really shiny pop in the middle. Yeah. So I'm gonna do that. I think I am gonna wet the brush, but I'm gonna try it without it first. So let's dip into Silk. I'm tapping off the excess on my brush, and I'm gonna pat that right in the middle. I feel like this palette, if you have like a medium skin tone, even a deep, any skin tone really, it's gonna look good on, but for some reason like a medium skin tone with like a good tan for summer, I could just see that being so gorgeous. I, on the other hand, am the complete opposite. I can be paler, but that doesn't scare me away from any eyeshadow. It does for face products, because sometimes things look ridiculous on me, but I will wear any eyeshadow color. I definitely have my favorites. And I am a warm toned fan for sure. Okay, so I put that in. I'm gonna go back with my small brush, the 17, and just clean up that crease a little. So now I'm going to do the bottom lash line. I'm gonna go with the Wayne Goss number 20, and I'm gonna go back in with that suntan shade and smudge that all in my lower lash line. I'm gonna take my bigger fluffy brush again and just try to connect a little bit and buff out what I just did. I'm gonna put one more color on my lower lash line. I'm gonna dip into Magma and Deep Dive, which was again the red brown matte and this dark, I don't even know what Deep Dive is. It's like a plummy brown, blackened brown. It's beautiful. I'm gonna deepen this outer bit. All right guys, I had to delete some stuff to make some room. There was no room in my memory card. I'm putting just a little bronzer on my nose because I feel like with such a bronzy look for the eyes, I could use a little more color. Lighting is, if I'm gonna keep doing this, if you guys like these videos. Oh, let me say what I'm using. This is the Natasha Denona Contour Sculpting Powder. Looks like this. I believe I either have fair or light. Oh, I have medium. I'm lying. I went dark. So you can see I kind of just made myself a little obnoxious line right there. Doing the same on this side. And then I like this brush. This is Sonia G. This is new. It's the Worker Fan from the Sky Face something set. And I kind of do little circle motions to buff that out. You can normally go a lot more gentle, but like I said, I need some color to make this eye look work, and I plan to go like nude on the lip, like a nuder version of a lip color. So this brush is really good. You can get under your bottom lip here. Dark recedes, so if this is going back, your bottom lip's gonna pop out and look a little more pouty. And I think that's cute. And a little down the sides of my nose. Whatever's left on my brush, I kind of put into the forehead and help that contour bronzer situation. Blush, I want to use probably one of these new Buxom blushes I picked up. This color is called Seychelles. I don't know if I want to use that or Mykonos. I think I'm going to go with Mykonos and just use a little bit because this has like a warm corally color to it. These Buxom blushes are great, these primer infused ones. Wayne Goss number 12. Just going to take a tiny bit. Now I don't really need it on the apples of my cheek because I kind of have a rounder, fuller face. So I'm going to just place it more over here. And then if there's anything left, I'll just kind of sweep it in. If you have like an elongated face and you want to bring attention to your cheeks, make them look fuller, you might want to start your blush placement there. Because wherever you put that first dab or two, that's where you're going to get the most pigment. Do this guy. This is from Jouer. It's called Citrine. I can't believe I'm starting to hit pan. That doesn't happen very often for me on a highlighter. But I like this one. And I feel like it would work for a lot of skin tones because it's not super light, but it's not dark. So I'm going to take a little bit of that because I really want the eyes to be like the main focus. And I'm going to put that on my cheekbone, carry it up a bit. I like a little right here, and then on my finger. And then I'm really dry, so whatever's left in the brush, I'll kind of just blend around a bit because I could benefit from a little glow in my life. I have drier skin. So what we're gonna do now is take a tiny bit of loose powder. This is the Anastasia powder. I'm gonna use just a little bit of that with the Sonia G Master Face Brush. Looks like this. And I'm gonna just buff everything together to calm it down a little bit. And then just buffing it into the skin to give a little bit more of a natural finish. I want all the dimension of my contour. My highlight, my contour, my blush. I want that dimension, but I don't want to look like ridiculous. So This will soften everything up. That looks really good. It's called the Iconic London Prep Set and Glow. I want another one of these. For makeup to last all day, you may want to block your eyeshadow before you do what I just did. Oh man, I forgot the highlight on my inner corner. I'm just gonna open this Too Faced palette. This is the Turn Up the Light, and I'm gonna take the Glow and Dazzle shade and mix them, and I'm gonna pop those under my brow just for a little shine right there, because I personally like that look. Right in the inner corner as well. This is Feline eyeliner from MAC. It's just a really good coal black eyeliner. I'm gonna put this on my waterline. A brown or a gold would look really good too. I was debating that for a second, but I'm feeling black for today. I was debating doing like a black wing liner. Or you could even take Deep Dive because that's really dark and do a liner, but I'm just gonna go with mascara. This is the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. Okay, so now we just need lips. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere, so I'm gonna do this gloss. It's called Strike Gold. It's from Tarte. It's actually a lip paint, it says. I don't even know if I've used this. Smells good. Normally I'd probably do like a nude lipstick and then the gloss, but I actually don't wear gloss very often because I don't like when my hair goes in my gloss, but you guys can see it well with the camera, but this palette is gorgeous. This looks amazing. I like this. If this is something that's in your wheelhouse, like these are colors you enjoy, that you love, that you think you would use, I would say pick it up. If this is something that doesn't really strike your fancy, don't pick it up. It's that simple. But the quality's there. Natasha Denona's eyeshadows are great 95% of the time, and I'm very happy to have got that one in my personal collection. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.